I'm Bobby Obermite, Executive Director of the Salt City Film Fest. I'm here with Sherry Kaufman Marsh, the Programming Director. And how many festivals did you say you worked with? Like 6?
I've never really counted them. Probably
It was like
about
5 or 6, yeah. And then Kendall Evans, the producer behind the mic and the cameras.
Yes, hello. I've never been to a film fest, so
Oh, you're in for a treat.
I'm getting excited.
Yeah.
Especially since I got accepted for the photograph. Thank you very much for that
Yes,
email.
we have photos and screenplays and films, of course, Film Fest. But
But the photos,
Yeah.
I think I got a shot. I don't know.
you think you got a shot?
I've never done it before. I'm
Okay.
nervous.
I do like your photo.
That helps.
It's a unique photo.
Yeah. I know I'm probably taking you off track, but you
right,
told
phone
me how
booth
to
out in the wilderness, right?
just
or
out in the middle of nowhere.
overgrown,
Yeah. We were just driving and Kim saw it and
It's deep.
we drove by it like
There's a
3
lot of
times.
metaphor in that. Yeah.
So we have one photo award, best photo, and one screenplay award. We've got how many photos, Bobby? 30?
I think it's like 3 dozen or so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the competition's getting heavy.
And 23 screenplays. Some
Wow.
Yeah. Those take some time.
Most of them are longer.
kidding.
Most of them are over 40 pages.
No kidding.
Not a lot of shorts. I mean, there is a couple shorter ones, but yeah.
So
Can I ask, is that something somebody would enter hoping to get that potentially made down the road? Is it
potentially.
okay?
What we do, whenever I've entered a screenwriting competition, you want a couple of things. You want feedback, and you want to start raising awareness that this is something that you have access to. You should probably already have the IP or the copyright, so before you start sharing it. But this is a chance for you to start letting people in the industry know that you have something, you have ownership in this story. And so the feedback's imperative so that you can see, like, we just got feedback on one, and we realized we had a really weak hook in our pilot. So we're going to go back and add a scene based on the feedback we got from the script writing competition. And it just made me and the other writer feel really good about that because they liked a lot of it. And having that feedback was imperative for us to go back and do our script. Not change everything, but add something to make it more competitive to find investors. And so, yeah, you want to start getting awareness out and you want to start getting some feedback. Because I'm not going to go take another script writing class back at the university just so someone can read my script and give me feedback. This is a way for you to continually get feedback. So I know people who've written dozens of scripts who still send them out just so they can get professional feedback from someone.
Wow.
Yeah, so the notifications all went out. Today's our notification date. So
Yay.
screenwriters, photo entrants, and films all know whether they're in the program or not. Of 154 entries, that
Wow.
includes the 23 screenwriters and the 8 entrants on the photos. Of 154, we're down to 51 films. We've got the screenplays and, like we said, about 30 photos. So
Over 40 hours of total runtime was turned in this year.
That's amazing. And that's, I'm not going to make
she
the
watched
announcement.
all of it.
There's an announcement on that the 2-day fest.
yes, we updated our schedule to include another day.
September 25th, now it kicks off.
Kicks off the 25th, the night of the 25th, also at the Fox at 7 p.m. So there's going to be a feature film that night and called Where the Cottonwoods Grow.
I saw the movie poster of that on the Facebook. Great poster, by the way. The photo was awesome.
So Where the Cottonwoods Grow. And then also it's a feature length 1 hour and 10 minutes for the Where the Cottonwoods Grow. But it's surrounded by some sampling, if you will, of what we'll show Friday and Saturday at the fest. So if you want kind of get your feet wet, come Thursday and then come back Friday or Saturday.
Okay, so now the Salt City Film Fest, September 25th, 26th, 27th, 25th at the Fox. 26th is underground, 650 feet. That's a Friday. And then back up to the Fox on Saturday, the 27th.
Correct.
It's
All right.
the same thing we did first year. We were going to not do Thursday night, but then Sherry had too much content that she didn't want to turn
Again.
away. And so we decided we would go ahead and use the Fox twice, and they were amenable to that. They were very nice and let us come in early. And they've just been wonderful to work with both years because of those kinds of things. As they're adapting with us as we're growing. So When we got more than double the entries this year, that left us kind of perplexed. Like we didn't want to turn away good films or
Blew
ask
me
them to
away,
come back
yeah.
next year or anything like that. We want to show them now. And so, yeah, Where the Cottonwoods Grow is going to kick it off. Do we know? We don't know exactly how we're going through each block yet, though.
I don't have I haven't curated the lineups in each block, but I do know each block.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me get my notes.
Absolutely. That's a good problem to have, though.
That's why we dug back in. And I think the last podcast it came up, we were starting to look, and we still got entries after that day, too. So it became much more of a priority. The week before that, I wasn't even thinking much of it. She'd kind of hinted. But then all of a sudden, I was calling locations like crazy, and went back to Josh's. I'm glad that we're going with the Fox, and we looked at possibly a third different location. Didn't work out. We didn't push real hard when the Fox was interested. So yeah, we're happy to be back there.
Awesome.
So we talked about Thursday's block. Really doesn't have a name because these blocks all have a certain name to the block to kind of identify
like a theme.
what theme, the movies in the block are. So Thursday night is Where the Cottonwoods Grow, surrounded by a couple animated and a couple shorts. But Friday night, we have a double feature block. Get there early at the Stratico because once you go down to the mine, you're down.
We only did one block last year, so we're doubling our runtime in the mines to hopefully one block, then a break so you can check out the area,
buy some
museum,
souvenirs,
get a drink, and then have another block. So more bang for your buck on Stratico this year too.
So Stratica's double feature starts with Goldfinger is the block. So think James Bond.
Oh, yeah.
So those type of genre, thriller, exciting, detective kind of films will be in Goldfinger. And then the second block down there is called Dark Shadows. Okay, so it goes from thriller to thrilling. I don't know, jump out of your seat scares. A few really kind of light thriller, horror, slight horror type films, Dark Shadows. So that's Friday night.
The Stratico feels perfect for both those.
Yeah,
And
it
when you talk
really
about
does.
that break in between, Stratico has a phenomenal little museum.
That's why we wanted to allocate more time for people to get more out of the experience than just the films. Because if you've never been down there, then you don't want to just run past it all, watch movies, and then get rifled back out to get through the elevator. So putting that break in between, I think, is going to be a nice little addition for this one.
Yeah, and if you've not been down there before, Mr. Freeze, Arnold Schwarzenegger's suits down there, Superman. I mean, they have so many reasons to go down there.
From Men in Black. I just think it's so cool. The tiny little gun that Tommy Lee Jones,
Yes.
Will Smith shoot. Yeah,
And then there's, shelves of films that have
film
been
canister after film canister.
I'm sure just
It's so cool.
thousands of hours. But then the little gift shop's kind of cute too.
Yeah, it is.
Got some fun stuff
And that'll
in
be
there.
open. They'll have a couple employees doing that, and they'll have people around to help you out too, because you can get lost down there.
Yeah. Dark Shadows, that says it all right there.
Yeah,
That's a
so
great
Dark
title.
Shadows, and I should mention Friday night, we've got great representation from local filmmakers in the area, Salina, Wichita, Hutchinson. So if you're wanting to mingle, because we're going to have an intermission too, and
Yeah, perfect time to meet some of the
perfect
filmmakers.
time to come to the Stratico and, meet some new filmmakers, get somebody to produce your screenplay, whatever you want to do, So
Awesome.
Friday's
Yeah.
kind of a mixer.
Last year we had it right before, it was like 5 days, week before Halloween. So that's where the theme kind of kicked off. And even though we're not right, button up to Halloween, it still seemed like the perfect venue to try and put on some of these things. I think
That's
it's gonna be
brilliant.
awesome. Yeah.
That's brilliant. Can I back up a little bit to Thursday? What time does that kick off?
7.
7 o'clock at the Fox Theater.
Doors
Yes.
open half hour early.
Okay.
I hope so.
I think so, right? Yeah.
That'd be great.
Well, he said we can get in when we need to.
Okay.
So they don't have any
if-
other events
If
that
they
day.
can open them at 6:30, that'd be great. 'Cause
Yeah, that'd be helpful.
30 minutes early so you can get, concessions and find your seat before
I
lights
should
get out.
mention on Thursday night, since the subject of where the Cottonwoods Grow is the Mennonite migration from Europe to North America. The area Western District Conference Mennonite community has published that on their website, and a lot of the area churches are putting it in their bulletin that there's a film fest showing this
Nice.
film. So that's kind of a unique aspect, and it's truly a documentary. It's don't let the subject matter scare you. It's not pushing you to convert.
Yeah.
No.
We're not trying to convert
It's
anyone.
nothing like that at all.
trying
It's
to
a
tell a story.
documentary about the immigrants.
They don't have
So-
their own Tom Cruise to hop out. So we have a huge Mennonite community in this area, from Yoder all the way north. But yeah, that's the reason it's featured on Thursday. Is that part of the
Yeah,
thinking? when you
and
guys
part
do
of the
this?
idea was, I know my parents I grew up a Mennonite, so my parents, were grown up that way, and the basis of Mennonite religion is pacifism. So they were pacifists, but they were kind of kind people, just like the Yoder community is, all kind and like that. And it's probably a little different. It might be out of their comfort zone to think about going to a film festival. So the thought process there was maybe if you get their feet wet, they might say, hey, I might see something Friday or Saturday I really like to
Sherry
watch.
can make
So-
lemonade with limes. So her goal is to just get, she knows
Just
a
get
good following's going to
butts
come
and
to this.
seats.
And she had connections to pull it. So we're hoping that we can spook him the next night and show him a big variety on Saturday. So
It's all about bringing new people to the fold.
yeah, exactly.
And I love the idea that it kicks off with something that I think I would be interested in because the Mennonite faith is
right.
so prevalent here. I've always been fascinated, along with the Amish. So
Yeah,
that's
cool.
great. That is awesome. And then you said there's going to be a few things around it, some shorts.
Yes,
Have you curated
there
that yet?
is. You're putting me on the
Just like
spot
you just
here.
kind of want to have an opening act like with a band. So a
Yeah.
good short film is, and that's helped me a lot with my short films.
Oh,
to
okay.
get
So it'll be like a
attention is-
short to kick it off, and then boom.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
like when you go to you remember when you used to go to the movies, like the drive-in, and you have all these
Oh,
Looney
yeah.
Tunes,
Yep.
and
Yep.
then the
Like
feature.
oldies.
Let's
So-
go to the lobby.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to have two really short documentaries at the front, and then a film called Visible Mending, which is animated, and then the feature Where the Cottonwoods Grow, and then Lapso, a film from, I believe it's Canada. I don't know for sure. I don't have my notes on that, but Lapso will close it, and then we'll have Q&A.
Okay. And now, I hopefully I'm not dumb in this. I got a lot of questions. So, is this something that where the Cottonwoods, could we have the producer, director, or somebody call in and do a show with us and talk a little bit about their?
I would love to have Dale Hildebrand as the filmmaker of Where the Cottonwoods Grow. I'd love to get him. He's in Canada.
Yeah, he's
Okay, so he's not going to pop
He's
in.
not going to pop in, but I'm trying to get him to pop into the fest. And
Okay.
because
you'd mention that, but
yeah. So I don't know. I may send him a stipend personally just to get him down here.
Not a bad idea.
we can talk about it. We did it last year too, and it was a good move. So it ended up being the film that won best overall. We
Oh, okay.
worked really hard to get them in. We love to have the filmmakers there. That makes the experience totally unique from what we talked about from the other pods. That if you can meet the filmmakers, that's the kind of thing you just don't get at the local movie theater.
Yeah. What Dale said, I talked to him on the phone, and what Dale said, he goes, I don't know what this. See, he's made other films, he's not just Mennonite based, but he's made other films. And he said, those Mennonites, when I've shown this at the film festivals, he goes, they talk and talk and talk and talk. He goes, they don't let me leave. So
I can
that
see
was
for
good.
sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well,
So-
that means he's onto something. Though.
Well, yeah. And that's the advantage of having them on kind of their own night.
That's awesome.
So
So that's Friday or Thursday night. That's going to be September
Right.
25th. 26th, what do we got going on is the Darkness. Oh, no,
Goldfinger,
Goldfinger, and then
Dark Shadows.
Dark
Yeah.
Shadow. What's Saturday look like, guys?
Saturday, we kick off with My Heart Remembers. Okay. And that'll be at 9:00. And coffee and donuts, probably, I don't know, iced tea.
Coffee and donuts.
Super early.
Super
We're watching
early.
movies, but-
yeah.
You had me at donuts.
Yeah, it's a unique experience.
Ticket holders get free coffee and donuts.
Okay.
So My Heart Remembers is also a feature film, and it's based on a book by I'm going to have to look that up for you guys, but it's a story based on a book. It's set in the 1900s.
Okay. Based on a book that was written.
Based on a book that was written. So we're going to show that. I know that the filmmaker is coming. I'm not sure if the author is coming, but
Nice. Who is the
Filmmakers
filmmaker on
from
that?
Missouri.
Missouri.
Yeah.
the filmmaker
Northeast
is
Missouri, or I think Northwest Missouri.
Melinda Myers.
Melinda Myers. Okay. Yeah, we can have that as a guess. Now that's a 9 a.m. There's blocks throughout the day. So the 9 a.m.
Yes.
block.
So on Saturday, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks.
Wow. 7 blocks.
And they're all running about an hour and a half screen time and 15 minutes Q&A.
In 15 minutes of Q&A.
Yeah.
That all starts at 9 a.m. at the Fox Theater, September 27th. And by this point, you've already had 2 days of Film Fest. This is your
Right.
third day.
Two evenings, really, but yeah.
Have you done 3 days before, Bobby?
We did 3 days last time.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, we kicked off with a race documentary, a local race documentary, and then we followed that up with God Save the Wings, and just a wonderful film. And I'd opened for that film with a different film. They've let me come in and show a different 4-minute film. So they're good friends that made they've sold out the Orpheum twice with that film. Just a great movie. And so we invited them. We really wanted them in to help kick this off. Then the next night was our spooky night, leading into Halloween the next weekend. We were down there, we meticulously set each light. Everything that we set up was to help add to the experience. We threw light. They let me go into the caves and set up lights back in the caverns to kind of add this depth to it.
Oh, yeah.
It's cool. You're sitting there in the caves watching movies. I think it's so awesome. You'll never experience something like that anywhere else. And then we spent the rest of, just like what we're doing here, spent the whole day at the Fox on that Saturday. It was awesome.
Now, what is your guys' responsibility each day? Are you guys bell to bell? You're there the whole time?
Well, it is going to change a little bit. We have an MC this year. Sherry was on stage a lot last year. I went on a little bit, not as much, but we had everything from a ticket gun not scanning to a film lockup to one of the pre-rolls wasn't delivered, and we were just sitting there cutting this, checking on this, fixing this. And then by the end of it, it was more just everything was moving and flowing and had its move. So I was able to go hang out in the filmmaker lounge and talk to the filmmakers, which is where Sherry can usually find me when I'm at the film festivals. So she's usually ushering us out of there to get into the seats. But yeah, that's
Just
my
watch.
job's kind of running around.
You got to babysit this a little bit.
And I'd say she's kind of our diplomat. You spoke with every filmmaker that's coming. She spoke with every filmmaker, inviting them, trying to get shirt sizes, all that stuff. And so that's where I see you kind of running around to mingle with the filmmakers back and forth. But when there's a technical issue, that's really more me, I would say. But it's all chaos and it's all fun. Herding
It's all
cats is the
fun.
best way to put it. But it's great. I love the rush of that live event feeling. So
In the total of how many films?
51 films.
51 films. So you're representing work for hundreds and hundreds of people.
23
Yes.
scripts,
That is
51
incredible.
films, and I think around 30 photos because we also had a couple come in late. So not exactly sure on the number.
So the Saturday blocks, I wanted to talk a little bit about the Saturday blocks. We talked about opening with My Heart Remembers, and then that's followed with a block called This Land is Our Land. And you remember me talking a little bit about agriculture films?
Yes.
Land, agriculture. So that's This Land is Our Land. That's the block for the farmers in the community. So
This land is our land.
This Land is Our Land, and that's at 10:45.
1045. I like the name of that.
She puts a lot of thought into her block names.
I try because people are not used to they're used to picking a movie.
Yeah.
And we'll still get that
You gotta
when they
sell
get
them
a
on the whole
ticket.
block.
They'll be like, "What is this movie? This Land is Our Land about?" And I'll have to say, "Well, actually, it's 6 films,
They're a total of 6. Yeah.
all about agriculture, and one is about the making or choosing of the land that Exploration Place was built on."
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it's a land a land-based theme. So it's kind of
Expiration Place in Wichita.
Yes.
Okay.
It's about the architecture and picking the site for that.
That's a beautiful building. I remember that being built. I'm that old. Grandparents lived over in Riverside, so we'd go keep track of that. My grandpa was big on that. Go down and see what's going on downtown.
So that's in This Land
Really
Is
cool
Our
spot.
Land. Then at following that set of filmmakers who are there, several of the filmmakers are coming in that block. Nate's coming. Okay, and I know the Sandhill Cranes
Nate did
guy.
the Exploration Place.
Right. What's
They're coming from Colorado. Yeah. A couple Of them are.
So we've got filmmakers coming for This Land Is Our Land, but
Yep. One of the photographers and the one who did the crane doc are friends, and they're coming together.
Okay.
cool.
So we had, and I think the crane guy entered some crane photography too.
His,
So I think
his,
he entered both. So yeah,
his cinematography is
Definitely.
beautiful.
yeah. So we definitely have surrounding states showing up, making the drive. I think some people from Oklahoma are talking about coming too. So,
Well, and that's what makes this unique to me. As a layman, hearing about the process is that the creators are going to be there.
Oh, heck
They're going to be
yeah.
part
Yeah.
of this, a part of the
that's
Q
what
and
makes it
A.
special.
And this is their work, their life, and I think this is just what's fascinating because I'll never meet Spielberg. He does not care. I'm
The obvious draw is you're not, like we've mentioned many times, but you're not going to see these films many other places at maybe other festivals or maybe down the road if they get better funding and get distributed. But then the fact that the filmmakers are coming with it to discuss it with you is where it really makes that a unique experience that you'll take home. You won't forget that.
Well, and kind of building on what you said, you're never going to meet Spielberg, but you may have met a young Spielberg at a film festival
Yes.
Yeah.
with his first film. How
Yeah.
cool would that
Yeah, that's
have
a really
been?
good point.
So some of these filmmakers are
We've
going
watched
to be
them
famous.
grow into something just like
Yeah.
you see them get better every year.
Yeah. So
What is the age range of participants?
It's a good question. We have high school kids all the way up through the crane one is like 83 years old.
Really?
So, yeah, your range is 60 years easy.
Just about everybody.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah. Anyone can make a movie now. So yeah, everyone's got a story to tell. And that's why we like having the variety, because some festivals are very niche. You have your horror festivals, documentary festivals. We talked early on, we didn't want that to be the case. We wanted to open it up to films that wanted to show, needed a platform, looking for an audience, and we wanted to be open to anything that wasn't like just full on like political propaganda or something. But we wanted people to tell any story and see if it fits into our brand this year. And this 51 is a lot of films to show. So I think our goal was 40 kicking into, like, hopefully we can
Yeah.
find 40 solid films.
that's why I needed another night because,
Because we ended up not wanting to turn these films away. We had to say no to some films that were great that just wouldn't fit. Sometimes a good film doesn't get in because you just don't know where to place it.
right.
And that's like we call it killing your babies in the industry, but because you don't want to pick one, but you have to. We can't go
yeah.
all week. We just don't have the resources to do that yet.
What does it take? I mean, I can't imagine sitting down and trying to figure out which film's in or out.
Well, we have a scoring mechanism. We have a rubric.
Rubik, that's right.
Yeah, that
Okay.
scores every film. So it's not like me and Bobby talking about,
Yeah.
hey, what's going to be on the program this year.
You'd never see a superhero movie if I was in charge.
Never.
And one of the best ones last year was a superhero movie.
Yeah, The Janitor.
Just The Janitor was one of my favorites, actually.
But it wasn't like Iron Man.
It was totally unique.
Yeah.
He writes for Marvel.
Oh, really?
And so he went and made his own. And you could see where it had the superhero components, but definitely a unique spin with his own vision on it because he had the ability to do it himself.
You're kind of a no capes guy then.
So the competition was tough this year. I mean, our rubric scores out to 10. Okay. And this year you had to get a 7.1. You had to get above 7 to even be in the program. And then, of course, the top scores are considered for awards.
Kind of grading on a curve to an extent. Like the bar was raised this year
Yes.
than what it was last year. I don't want to.
think
6.8 or something. It
I
was
thought
not
it was
quite
6.5.
Yeah, it
last
was
year.
not quite because and that's where we're like, all right, here's our cutoff because this is how many we can show and here's the scores we're getting.
Well, I can tell you that I got a email from you that said my photos accepted, which they all were, but it still felt good. and then what do you call the laurel? Or,
The Laurel.
yeah, Filmway goes, here's a laurel. I'm going to be honest with you. That felt kind of good.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, it's a
accepted.
great feeling.
Yeah.
to get
All
that.
it said was accepted, not judged yet. But that was kind of a neat feeling, I'm sure, for these filmmakers when they're first getting into
There was a
the
couple of
festivals.
emails that were like, "Man, I'm really disappointed I didn't get in," and you're kind of going, "I am too." You know?
Well, I did something this year that I
it's kind of a
didn't
sad
have
moment.
time to do last year. Is I sent not only the guys everyone who made it in, I sent them a acceptance letter asking for their film and you know that kind of information, but I sent a regrets letter to the people who didn't get in
She
because
broke up with so many people this year.
yeah, I feel bad. It's like you said, killing your babies. I mean,
gotta
I'd
pick
love to
one.
put everything in.
Yeah.
Can't
But-
feed everybody.
But she can't. So.
Yeah, I mean, and I really, really appreciate that you do that because I paid $75 to enter South by Southwest and they never even responded. I think for $75 you could send me an email and say no thanks.
Auto-generated even wouldn't be that
I
tough.
would have at least known because what that sucks is I at least need to know I'm not coming. I don't have to worry about making plans.
Yeah.
Because I had a scenario once where they told us like a week out.
Oh, to come?
They're like,
Yeah.
hey, by the way, you got in. I'm like, okay, I can't make it to Massachusetts this week. Thanks. And that was something we talked about. This notification date had to be at least a month out so people could make plans to come. So we have to think about all those little intricacies to make it more successful. And we're learning each year what we can get away with and what we need to do different. So
Well, years ago, I coached, and I took over a middle school team in Andover. I had to cut 19 players.
yeah, that's
And I don't know if you guys do the same thing, but my door was open. I'll explain to you why. Have you ever had anybody, very few players would, but they'd come and ask why.
come and want to know
Have you ever had anybody
what to
communicate
work
with
on
you?
in the off
Oh
season.
yeah.
Okay.
I've had a couple people who got the regrets letter and they're like, you know, if you don't mind, could you share my score? And I won't give individual judges scores to everybody because that's kind of personal too. Because we have
Yeah.
screeners that have their own frame of reference, you know, and they score a film the way they score a film. But I do give the average score out if people want it, so they can know why didn't I make it? How close was I to 7.1?
I always ask if I don't get in. Sometimes they have the time to give you feedback. I always tell my students, just ask. You never know. I tell them to do that when they don't get a job. Ask HR what you could do that would have made you more competitive. I actually did that at the college in 2013, and 3 years later, I got the job. And now I'm running the program. And I asked feedback in 2013 what I could do better when I got back and joined the advisory board in 2016. So I think it's always
good.
always relevant to just keep the conversation going, be polite, and you'll keep moving forward. You know, kicking and screaming and hating them isn't going to help. And I got denied to No Coast 3 years in a row, and then got 2 films in on the 2 years in a row, and then on third year I got 2 films in. So it was like kind of made up for lost time, and we weren't spiteful and we weren't angry, and when we got there, we had a great time. It ended up being one of my favorite fests.
Good life
sad.
lesson.
Yeah.
Be brave, ask why, and get better.
Yep.
Or gooder, as we say around here.
Yeah.
So getting back to the program, This Land Is Our Land finishes up at noon. And then at 12:15, we have another feature, Meet Me at Magic Hour by Monica Honey. I'd love to get Monica on a podcast too. She's a young filmmaker from Wichita. And this is going to be kind of a comedy rom-com kind of movie. So
All
if you're ready to lighten it up after the land documentaries, this is a good chance to do that. It's Meet Me at Magic Hour.
One of her goals when she's building this is to have a good balance. So if you have something really spooky, and then you can throw in like a clown film, and then throw in, well, maybe that's spooky. But if you try
Clowns
like
are
a
spooky.
comedy, documentary, action, romance, if
Right.
you spread it out, then you can really kind of wash that palette clean. And this isn't like a new thing. They were doing this at festivals when I was in film school 20 years ago. But that's one of the unique things about the event is we're not just throwing together a playlist. Like, she wants to make sure that it flows really nicely. So make it a really good experience.
So after Meet Me at Magic Hour, we have probably my favorite block of the fest. It's called In Your Wildest Dreams, and it starts at 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock. In Your Wildest Dreams is all about dreams. It's about dreaming, your dreams, success. And in that block, we are honored to have a world premiere of a film called Creating a Photojournalist.
Creating a photojournalist.
Yes. So it's a documentary about Eric Castro and his life growing up, becoming a photojournalist. The filmmaker is from California, and he's going to be here.
Really? All right.
Yeah.
You hit the
Premiere's
coast.
a really cool thing for a young festival like ours to have someone bring it here first.
That's a big deal.
It's huge, and it's for us. It's not. We don't have any premiere status requirements. We're not at that level, but when we get a premiere, that means they put a lot of faith in us getting it to the audience for the first time. So we take that
Absolutely.
real serious. Yeah, and
That is great.
And them coming is they're going to be more likely to come when there's a premiere too, because this will be the first time they see it with an audience.
How does that happen? Is that do you have to do some selling?
No, I mean, this was just an entry. I had no
Okay.
idea it was a premiere, and it scored really, really well. It's not. What is the cutoff for a feature?
That's a good question because it's a little askewed, but typically documentary about 40, 45 minutes, and fiction film 60 minutes.
Yeah,
but that's
so
not
it's
across the board either.
It's a
Depends on the
documentary, and it's right at 45 minutes. So it is a little bit of a challenge to put that into a block because you have to surround that with the right kind of
It's the
films.
worst runtime for a programmer.
So
40 to 45 minutes.
that block in Your Wildest Dreams, where Eric Castro's film Creating a Photojournalist is 2 hours long.
Okay.
So it'll be 2:15
So that's the
total
long one.
with Q&A.
Awesome. But he'll be here
But he'll be here
on stage.
on stage. I can't wait to meet him.
That's awesome. That's incredible.
Yeah, younger
And
filmmaker too, right? He's not
Yes.
very old. Yeah,
young guy.
Well, I
probably one of his earlier films.
I don't know. I
Okay.
didn't write down his age yet.
Oh, well,
Well, we'll get to meet him. He's
yeah,
going
we'll
to
get
be
to
at the
meet
Fox.
him.
I could be thinking of someone else too.
yeah.
The 27th,
The 27th at 2 to 4.
2 to 4.
And then after In Your Wildest Dreams, we have some other really featured films in a block called And Justice for All.
And Justice for All.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's where we have Unwarranted.
Yeah, very excited. This one I personally reached out and asked them to come and join.
This is
This is the Marion County
Marion
Sheriff,
County. Oh, yeah.
newspaper story.
This-
I've screened this for my student. I made my media law class watch this last spring, and our journalism instructor had his program watch it too. So we're going to reach out, and I'm going to talk to Brad at the college and see if he'll bring his journalism students to watch it. So we're
I'm looking
Well,
forward to
very
this
excited,
one.
and they'll be here. I'm pretty sure too.
That would be
Couple of them.
great.
Yeah.
So we've kind of got
to
two
reach back out.
journalism
yeah.
blocks right
Very
there
powerful.
together.
Back to
So
back.
Yeah.
Well, in that Marion County story, if you're not familiar with it, if you listen to our podcast outside
Still
of Kansas,
ongoing.
if you're in Kansas, you probably know about it. It'll get your blood boiling, just the facts.
right.
The fact that it moved so much emotion around here and the needle around here, a documentary needed to be done.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Travis Haying,
Mm-hmm.
the filmmaker of Unwarranted, is coming too.
yeah.
Really?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so
and
he'll
he'll
be
be part
here
of the
too.
Q&A.
He'll be part of Q&A.
Imagine what he's been through over the last 2 years, putting that thing together. And
Yeah,
there's still fallout coming out of that deal.
Yeah.
Big deal.
So that's And Justice for All will end at 6:00. And then we have another feature film by a local filmmaker, Arrive Alive by Gina Bryant.
Arrive
we-
Alive.
Yeah.
Can you give us a little taste of what that is?
Okay,
Also
so
a
it's a
longer
feature.
film,
It's a
yeah.
longer film. It is a feature. It's the only one in that block, Arrive Alive. And it is a story. It's a thriller, is what I would call it, about a convict that gets out of jail and takes revenge. more or
Oh,
less.
okay.
It's a little darker.
Yeah. Gina
But-
and her husband Roy, we met at Doc Sunback like a decade ago. So they've been awesome. They're out of Wichita. They've been just great. All the years they've been so supportive of our films and the film festivals that are local. They're cinephiles. They go to every screening. I swear.
They're great
They're
people,
everywhere.
too.
So
I just love
she
them.
entered really late. I didn't know she even
Yeah.
made this film. And I was looking at, I think I called you. And I was like, man, it's like 40 some minutes or something at least.
It
And I was
is
going,
an hour and 23 minutes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah. And I was going.
So-
I was going. Another. Do you want to squeeze in another feature? And that was kind of the start of the conversation. We probably need another day at this point.
Can I ask a stupid question? Fox Theater's going to have concessions open, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Because I'm thinking about, you get into, you're all day there. There's a lot of popcorn need.
You're all day, but they do have concessions. I think we're going to have hot dogs too on the concessions, I hope. And
I'm not entirely certain what all they offer.
but yeah,
We're still out on that. We need to find out.
Yeah.
you
get
still need to
closer.
kind of plan your day or send your 12-year-old out to get you something or whatever you're going to do. And we'd be happy to run and get food too.
Well, I think you can actually, if you're camping out for the day, you're making this your whole day, you could just DoorDash something to the Fox. They'll meet you out front.
Sure.
And there's a lot of options downtown because Saturdays, downtown Hutchinson really is fantastic. It's a great place to be.
Yes, there are a lot of places to eat right around the Fox. So if you're not a Hutch person and you're not familiar with Hutchinson, Kansas, throw the businesses around here some love and break away for just 30 minutes and go get something to eat.
Have you guys ever reached out to local restaurants to try to work on, like, I'm going to spitball here. Hickory Stick, you ever hit that? Met the owner of that the other day. Let's say there's a Film Fest special that day. You guys ever shop that idea around?
Yeah, I know David was talking at Carl's Bar, asking them to stay open later than 2. I think that's when they close, something like
They
that.
close at 2 in the afternoon?
Something like it's pretty
Really?
early, yeah. They're not so much of a bar as a restaurant, but they've been around forever. You have both breweries, Sand Hills and Salt City. Both have Sand Hills has more pizzas and things like that. Salt City has more of a full menu. I think there's a Mexican place, an Italian place, really nice breakfast place that'll close at 2 also.
Daybreak?
Yeah, all of them just right on Main.
Daybreak's fantastic.
Love it, yeah.
Yeah, there's a Mexican theme to that too. So, Kim gets what she likes. She likes more of a Mexican meal, breakfast. It doesn't make sense to me at all why you would just not say
Bacon and eggs.
Yeah, because
bacon, eggs, biscuits, and gravy.
Mexicans
great.
should have a margarita. It's kind of early for breakfast,
Well,
right?
my grandparents would say there was never too early on margaritas.
Okay.
9:30, and I'm not talking in the PM. But yeah, there's a lot of options here downtown, and even if you need a break, there's great shopping down here too. I'm going to pitch a few of them.
Nice coffee. There's this coffee shop right here.
Sage
We're on
River
Sherman,
Market
So
is
we're only a block
phenomenal.
away from Sage River, and I
Yeah.
know filmmakers love their coffee. So I could see I could see this place getting a ton of business.
Yeah, Sage River is newer and inside. Have you been inside? Either one of you?
No.
You guys would love it.
Not
I
yet.
mean, it's
Brett was
it's.
How
telling me
late are
about
they
that.
open?
We'll go after this.
Okay, let's go after
We'll
this.
go. We'll go find out, and we'll
Okay.
pitch them in the next
Yeah.
podcast.
My brother and my aunt are there right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're meeting there at 10. So
And they do a lot of fun stuff. I think they're getting into like poetry readings and musicians and stuff like
Awesome.
that. Yeah, it's turned into.
I read poetry.
Do you? Well, these are by the way, I have parking right out front. We're on Sherman, and I would park right there in front door. Well, since Sage got fired up, it doesn't happen. It's always, I got to over the public parking lot. So
Yeah.
I do have a bone to pick with them. But
yeah, you got to catch that spot at the right time now.
well, and as a responsible business owner and having neighbors, hey, let's leave parking for them. I can walk a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll take you over there. Kim, you up for that? Awesome. We're doing that right after. Sorry, we've gone away from the podcast.
Yeah, I got one more block on Saturday to talk about after Arrive Alive. The last block before awards is called Make Me Smile.
Make me smile.
I mean, if you're an old boomer like me, think of Chicago. It's
Okay.
playing in the background, Make Me Smile.
What are we going to see in that block?
What we're going to see in that is some animated stuff. We're actually going to see a cat video.
What?
It's not a video. It's an independent film from Serbia about cats.
What?
So yeah, and
Serbia.
Yeah, and we're going to see a film from the UK called Talking Rubbish.
Talking rubbish. That sounds UK.
Talking Rubbish, and we're going to see. I won't give everything away what's in that block, but it's a cute little block.
That's so talking rubbish in a cat video from Siberia.
It's a mixed bag.
It's a
block
mixed bag.
sometimes. Yeah.
I mean, if you go in with an open mind, I mean, it starts off with the Cottonwoods, which is
A
Mennonite,
documentary,
Yep.
yeah.
and we're gonna have superheroes, even though Bobby didn't want it. we got any superhero films?
No, not
No?
really.
Okay,
that
Bobby
was
got his
last
wish.
year.
I was just saying I'm very biased.
We got
so you don't
thrillers.
want
We
me
got
to judge and all.
Goldfinger.
Yeah.
We got Goldfinger. I love the idea of Goldfinger, then the crescendo or in the shadows all of a sudden. And then all of a sudden we got a cat. This is amazing. This is really cool.
Very unique. the
We
difference.
said you're not going to see these. You know, you're not going to see these on Tubi. You're not going to see these films anywhere.
Well, and that's
they're-
what's unique.
And they'll make it to it, some of them, but yeah, if they're here now, it's because this is the only place to watch them. Because once you get into that distribution pathway, then you can't go back out to the festivals typically. That usually negates that.
Okay.
If you got on most streaming platforms, then you're not going to get back out to that independent audience. So this is your chance, really.
This is it.
Usually you do a 2-year festival run with the film.
And how many of these, percentage-wise, I'm not talking just from the Salt City, but percentage-wise, when you go to a festival, how many of these will eventually be in distribution? How small a number
tough.
is it?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't
that's really tough to say, especially because like the market trends change a lot. So
Okay.
something might be popular this year, something might be popular the next year. Like superhero movies being extremely popular for about a decade, and now they can't fill theaters like they used to. So the trends change. I don't have a good number for that. I do know when you have really ambitious filmmakers like Patrick and Lolo Loren, they make stuff and their intention is let's get this streamed. Let's not just go to festivals. And so it kind of depends on the filmmaker and how far they want to take it. Like our Crane documentary, he's a retired biologist and he just had something to say. Really didn't have a goal for anyone to watch it until he heard, oh, I guess I could figure out Film Freeway and enter it. I don't see him trying to sell that to Nat Geo. I don't think that was his goal. But then you have other people like our audience winner last year, The Pathfinders, the high school film that was made by my student that was a freshman last year. He has every intention of being an A-list director in his life, and I know
That's
he
cool.
isn't going to stop. He's
Yeah.
19 and he is ambitious, and Isaac, you will see Isaac Gerritson's name on movie posters for the 50 more years. So it really kind of depends on the scenario. Because I have a student right now, she's retired and she's taking classes off her husband's GI Bill. She has no intention on working. She just wants to learn filmmaking. Just wants to learn it. So it just really kind of depends. That's what's unique about it is when you're in the studio system, because it's so money driven, they all need to sell and be profitable. A lot of these people just have something to say. So they may not really intend on actually selling it. But,
Yeah,
but I'd say at least half of them really would love to have that project go further or get to a bigger audience.
You're bringing to mind. There's a filmmaker that's new. Her film is Adiago in the film
Haven't seen that
fest
one.
this year, and I won't give away what the film's about. But she's 63, making her first film. You know,
Awesome.
I mean,
Is
it's
that?
awesome.
Yep.
And I doubt that she's probably got a Hollywood path in
Probably not
mind, but
trying
she
to,
had
but
something to
you
say.
never know.
Yeah.
Yep. I think it's really cool that it doesn't have to just be a moneymaker. It can be a way to release, some emotion or
Well, it's
just tell a
art.
story. Yeah, exactly. So, and you just don't get that from your Bollywood, Hollywood, big market, networks, television show. Like they've got to make money, they got to draw an audience, they got to have ads, or they got to fill the seats. So everybody has a little different goal. So as unique as the films are, be as unique as the storytellers too.
I think, yeah, as artists find their voice, and it's great to have a place to stand there and deliver. And I think with how we are in technology and access to information, even a little voice has a shot. But then to get this opportunity, hopefully you feel like it's a big deal, and
I
that's
hope
what's
so.
important. And and this sounds campy, but just that little letter getting back, even though you took everybody, it's like, hey, there's an appreciation
Yeah.
for what I created, even though I'm on a microscopic level compared to these filmmakers.
Yeah, we took every photo this year because we're building that
Yeah.
the genre. But
And it's, I think for the filmmaker to get that acceptance, that first step for a lot of them, and then even the guy that wants to go.
That feeling to get a Laurel, I'll never forget getting one for the first time because I felt like somebody cared to see what I made for the first time. Like I wasn't paying a professor at KU to watch my film at this point. Someone didn't have to take it, and they did. And it was a festival in India, and it played on Christmas Day. And I was,
which film was it, Bobby?
No, I'm Not a Dentist. That was the first one that got
Really?
into a festival that wasn't any, because
Cool.
and when I was in college, it was almost impossible to get into festivals. There was like a few hundred. All of them cost $40 each. You had to mail a press kit, and you had to mail a check and a DVD or a VHS or whatever you had. And most of the time you never heard back. So even to enter 10 was a $400 budget. It just wasn't feasible for me at KU. So it took a couple years after school to finally make something quality enough and to be able to find these festivals that I could reach to. So
Well, and the fact that you're, Hutchinson, Kansas, something that's very unique to Hutchinson, but not unique to Wichita. Wichita has a film fest. How many film fests do they have in Wichita?
Just
the one?
one.
The Tallgrass Film Fest.
Well, no.
They've had some in and
They've
out.
got some more popping up now. There's special interest kind of niche film fests.
There's some smaller. Sometimes you'll
Yeah.
see monthly film festivals. Sometimes you'll see student-only festivals.
Women only,
yeah.
or some different
Really?
niche.
Okay.
I've seen
Kinda-
very niche festivals like
LGBTQ.
yeah,
sometimes.
I think there was one time that was homosexual Jewish community in San Francisco only. And so
Yeah, I've
you're
heard you talk about that.
Yeah, I was like, that is so niche. It's so tiny that I mean,
There's-
there's probably plenty of films in it.
There's
for them, but-
Alternation, which is an alternative American Indian based filmmakers. So
Okay, yeah.
Wow.
yeah,
Okay.
so that's
Is
there.
that in Oklahoma or is that?
No, that's in Wichita.
Oh, maybe they go on. tour
And
a
then
little bit.
there's Leif Erickson's horror. I don't know if
I
he's
see a
still doing
lot
that.
of that kind of
Okay.
horror fest. Yeah.
So there's several. I
There
mean,
was a horror
Tallgrass is
fest
a
in
big one.
Lawrence too. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to throw this out. I don't think Tallgrass has got the Fox Theater.
No,
I mean, this is, if you're not familiar with the Fox Theater, jump online, look at it.
Yeah.
It's a phenomenal venue. You're not going to have a chance.
Tallgrass has the Orpheum, which was my great white buffalo for years. And even when I'd get into Tallgrass, I'd be at like the art museum, or I'd be and I was like, when are we going to
You'd
get?
be at
and we
WSU.
finally got the Orpheum a couple years in a row, and that was a really remarkable experience because I've watched so many films there, whether it was Tallgrass or just going to watch the movies there. So I loved the Orpheum, but not necessarily to pit them against each other, but the Orpheum's got a long ways to do on their remodel to match what they've been able to do here since the 90s. And it's not just get a grant and knock it out in 18 months. It's
No.
more like 18 years
Well-
on these old things. So it's impressive what the Fox is able to do.
Well, the commitment to Fox as an entity, all the people that do that, Penny, Josh, whoever, just to have that on point. My understanding, around 99% original from a 1930s design is phenomenal. But you go
It's
in there,
remarkable. It absolutely
I've
is.
not seen anything like that, and we've traveled extensively. We level theaters in small towns, but this for Hutchinson, we're swinging way above our weight class with that theater. So
oh, and the filmmakers love to screen there. I mean,
I just like seeing our name on the marquee. Like when I first was meeting with Josh, I'm like, what, where in the contract does it say marquee? And he goes, we'll give you a week. It's like,
Oh, you
as
get
soon
the
as
whole
we
week?
as soon as they wrap their previous event, they will put us up. And so
Awesome.
that just was like made my day.
We need pictures
I was
of
like
that.
getting I got some.
I'm spitballing here because you cut. We're in the middle, right? We're alley.
Yep,
You
we're
can
just-
see the
we
Fox
can
out of my
see it
window
from here,
right
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I've got a ladder, big ladder. We get you up there at night, take a photo where you get a little thumbs up
Oh,
by
yeah.
that, all that neon, because the neon is brilliant
it's
on that.
pretty. Yeah.
We've shot it at night. Actually, our photo, I think one of our photos on something social is the Fox marquee at night when we had something there. Yeah.
Yeah, we had that for a while on Facebook.
Yeah.
I've shot
might
it
have
at
been
night too. It's awesome to go down there and just walk around. Now, when they have an event, it does fill in the parking lot. They've got the cast lights. It looks like something out of 1930s Hollywood on that block. It is fantastic. Fantastic. What else we got to add here?
It was funny that you mentioned "No, I'm not a dentist" because when I was trying to put all this stuff on my computer, I have a couple passports from Doc Sunback, some hard drives, and I must have close to 1,000 films now with 10 years at Doc and
Wow.
all the other films.
One heck of a
and
library.
these are screened. These aren't just the entries. These are
Yeah, this is
what made it
they played. Yeah.
programmed. So when I was looking through that, I saw "No, I'm not a dentist." It was in
Yeah.
part of my repertoire. I think it's 2016 Doc Sunback.
And Rex came to our
Yeah.
event last year. The guy, he's an art car artist. And he would glue with airplane glue. He would glue dental pieces to his car. And I was driving by one day and I saw him and I just stopped, talked to him for a couple hours. The next day I called in sick for work and was interviewing him. And before we knew it, we had a little 8-minute doc. It took a really long time because there was a lot I didn't know and I didn't have the resources I have now. But he is so supportive. He came to our festival. He would bring his car to Doc Sunback.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
And we did like an encore screening a few years later, and I think he
Right.
brought his car again.
He did. He did.
He loves so Rex will bring an art car just to draw a crowd. So he offered to do that for the festival too, is show up with his art car.
Okay, he should do that
That's
again. But-
It does. It draws a crowd.
But when I was looking through all that, I've got so many films and they're all like precious to me. I thought maybe I was going to write over the Doc Sunback hard drive I had with
no.
the Salt City
Too
stuff.
special,
And then I
yeah.
went, no, I'm going to buy another hard drive because these are my children. These are my babies. Every single artist's contribution is special to me. And I can remember just starting the film, and, oh, yeah, I remember what this one is about. It's so cool.
Yep.
So-
saved
You've never made
hundreds
a
of my students'
film?
films.
I've never made a film, but I just have a special place. I can remember growing up with Sunday evening, Mom would have us over for dinner. And some people in my family groaned and some people clapped, but I would always bring a film and make them watch it after dinner. Some people got a good nap, but a lot of times they were exposed to something different. But I just grew up with that kind of love for film. And so if you're not a filmmaker,
comes
there's a
through.
plug here. If you're not a filmmaker, you can still be involved in the film festival industry and the film industry. You can be a programmer like me. You get to watch everything, new independent films. So there's a place for everybody.
Well, and the plug really needs to be for when we communicate with other businesses, we tell them who we're working with at NACL, and we're proud to be part of this project. And what I tell them is that you're onto something when, like the first podcast, like I told you, halfway through, you want to go. Even though I'm not a filmmaker, I'm not really even a photographer. We just shoot podcasts. I mean, that's our medium.
You're gonna love it.
I get excited. I mean, you're running through a few movies and a few of the blocks, but then what a value for Hutchinson, what a value add for our community. So Bobby, Sherry, congratulations on even putting this
Yeah, thank
together.
you.
I know what it takes to put these events on.
It's a unique experience when the pre-roll runs and you see it for the first time, and that's because we don't play trailers like you would, for a typical blockbuster. So we have a pre-roll that'll include sponsors and some hype stuff. But when I'm at a festival, I get chills when that pre-roll plays through before the block, and then it just rolls between each block in between. So, yeah.
Well, I'm going to segue that pre-roll better be ready for the Kansas State Fairgrounds because you got a
We
little
were talking
something
about
going on
that.
there.
That was
don't
a
you?
debate in the meeting last night was because my brother, who made the pre-roll last year, and it was just awesome. He did a great job on it. He was asking if we wanted that for the fairgrounds. I know we're going to show a lot of trailers and hopefully some hypes for each block. And I have the opinion that we save that. We hold that off until
I do too.
until the
Make it
festival.
special.
But if you guys outvote me on that, I wouldn't lose too much sleep. I'm just excited to see it. The thing was, we might still be building it during that period too. It's building a film basically. It's still
So working
assembling
with
it.
Brett though this week, we had an organizing meeting last night, and we are through our social media team. We're going to have the trailers coming out. So keep your eyes on the website. Keep your eyes on Facebook and Instagram.
Posters
The
and trailers, yeah.
Posters and trailers. So if I piqued your interest with a block name, you should be able to watch a trailer of a film that's in that block here soon on social media.
We'll have them at the fair website. If I can get permission, I'll put them on YouTube where I can as well. And I've had festivals in the past that would cut trailers for you. That's part of the agreement, is we can use chunks of the film for marketing purposes.
Right.
But it's just so time consuming, and we've got a month and a half. So I don't know what all I can guarantee there. But if you check our YouTube, our Facebook, our website, and then come see us at the Kansas State Fair in the Kansas Pride Building, right next to the butter sculpture, you should be able to get a taste of some of the stuff that'll play
And
a
butter.
taste of butter.
Yeah.
And you can see some butter too.
Kansas State Fair is September 5th through the 14th.
Yep.
So that's coming up.
We're going to be
quick.
there all
You
10
guys-
be there.
days. Yep.
And you're going to be there?
I'll be there.
Okay.
Part-time.
Well, if you guys ever need a break, you can come down to NACL, have a cup of coffee, and get
Yeah.
something to drink. That's quite a commitment of time and effort. We're actually going to be with one of our clients has a booth, and he needed extra manpower. So
Okay, cool.
yeah, I'll be in the Pride of Kansas building with you. The other thing that's real important, if you're listening to this, you're probably bought in. If you're on our social media, you're probably bought in. You need to share this
share it out.
information. This is what is huge with social media is by you sharing it on your feed, help us expose this to a lot of people that are not following what we're doing in this community, because this is special. I
Yeah.
know what it takes to put an event on. We do a lot of Comic-Cons.
And tickets
3
are
days.
available on the website now.
Oh, our
Yes.
tickets are
I
available.
should mention that we started selling tickets.
All right, tell me how we do this.
A block ticket, again, a block includes several films,
Okay,
is $5.
$5 for a block.
$5 for a block. If you are bought in and heart and soul into this, get the pass for $35. You
$35.
35 bucks is an all 3-day pass, and you can come and go as you please. You don't have to worry about buying another block ticket. You wear a lanyard, you have a pass. You're treated almost as good as filmmakers if you're a pass holder. So.
Well, a very collectible limited edition lanyard. I keep all my lanyards from all our events.
I save every lanyard. Yep.
Yep, it's fun to cycle through
Dozens
those
of
every once in a while.
So $5 or $35. I'm betting if you like film and you buy a $5 block ticket, you're going to come right back out and get a $35 pass.
Let's
So-
say I'm not sure, and I say, well, I was at church. They said, hey, we got this cottonwood thing going. And I go Thursday, and I'm like, I'm all in. Can I then buy a pass for the next 2 days and just
Oh, hell
give you
yeah.
the 35? All right, I like that. So the options are going to be there. So for
You
$5
can
for
buy
a
a
block.
ticket at the Fox the day.
Oh.
You don't have to use.
You
that
don't
website.
have to do
day of, yeah,
advance.
you can walk in. Yeah,
Yeah.
walk up
Yeah.
tickets.
Walk
yeah,
up tickets too.
Plenty of room at the Fox. Fox is a huge
1,200
venue.
seats. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If we get halfway there, I'd lose my mind.
I might be a balcony guy there at the Fox.
I love the balcony.
That's what my
Did the,
thinking
was the balcony closed though last time? We didn't have that many people.
I know in the past I've closed balconies just to get the crowd together.
Yeah.
I don't remember if I did that last
I'll sneak up there.
year. I mean, there's a way up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't recall. I know we talked about it. I think we let people up there because the one didn't have access to the bathrooms up there.
Oh,
I feel like we did something like that. So I think it was open.
And the Fox gives
I like
you
it.
that
I'm a balcony.
feel like you're somewhere special. But then Stratica, if I bought those blocks for $5, I get to go into Stratica. Is there an additional
Yeah.
charge for the elevator ride or anything?
No, and I don't know
Really?
what Stratica costs, and it's not the full tour you get when you do Stratica. You should still do that sometimes. It is
Oh,
really
yeah.
remarkable, but you get to go experience that, and it's not the Stratica is not charging you. They're not getting anything out of that. This is all us handling that through our.
so here's you're making a great point about Stratica. It's a deal because it's a double feature for $5, and you get a unique venue. But seating is
We have a lot less.
limited.
We have a tenth of the seating there.
So if
10
you're
seating.
planning
150 or
on
so.
a $5 ticket for the Stratica and that's all you want to do, you better buy it now
Okay, so I'm
and get there on
Goldfinger.
time.
and get there on time, or
They
because
will-
they won't take you down if
because
you're
of
after.
their policies and their insurance reasons. They can't just let us up and down the whole time. We have to
No,
be
no,
emergency.
you're in.
Yeah, until we are done. Yep.
But it's a great place to be stuck in for a little while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they'll
Really-
let you up if there's an emergency. They're not, but they're not going up and down in between that period.
Yeah,
there.
they're
So
not- they're
don't
not
like,
a
forget to
trolley.
lock your car or something.
And I'm not real familiar with where you're doing it at, but I believe what you get off the elevator and there's a bit of a walk to the right is the theater.
Yeah.
Is that where that is that the same?
It's like 10 minutes or so. You walk through it, get to see that stuff. It's pretty cool. And it does have like handicap accessibility.
Yes.
You can be in a wheelchair. You don't have to worry about steps or anything. So
No, the elevators are really
it's
big.
just you have to be escorted down and you have to have a helmet.
And if
until
you've
you get
never
into
done this, the Stratica, it's first time going down there. It's a bit surreal. It's
It is.
It's
You
different.
forget though. I mean, I was down there 5 days in a row setting up last year, and I kind of would forget. And in that room, you have Wi-Fi just enough that like people could still call me. Weird enough, like just in that one little spot. And you have to be in the right spot. So I'd kind of forget I was down there after hours of just moving chairs and testing all the films. But then you get up, you start going back up, and the atmosphere changes. The it just feels a little different. The air's got a different thinness to it. I don't know how to explain it, but it's pretty cool. It's something different.
When I can tell you the little museum they've got there, as if somebody loves superheroes, sorry, Bobby, it really is so unique. But then also the other memorabilia they have for movies, that's worth $5 right there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then you're getting some Goldfinger and some Dark Shadows.
Yeah.
So-
This is going to probably have to be the only year we do $5 at Stradica. I don't know.
You feel like it's worth more.
I feel like it's
It's a pretty cool experience.
How many can we get down there in Stradica?
I think we're at 150 or 180.
Oh,
Pat's,
they gotta
Pat's
be
handling
urgent.
that contract. Yeah.
is it that many?
It's well over 100. Yeah.
But there's going to be 10 of us crew down there.
I don't want to say incorrectly, but I know our contract says like 150 at least. Because then it goes up like every 30 people, the price changes or something. They can have 300 plus.
Oh.
They just don't want to pay
I
for
thought
that
you were
to
just
see a
limited
show.
to 150.
No. They've done Murder in the Mines dinner theaters and had 300, 330 or something. Yeah,
Wow.
they can accommodate a larger amount.
In that room that we're in?
Yep.
Yeah, that's amazing.
They also have Boy Scouts stay the night down there. That's what they had. The event they had the week before last year was because they had to balance us between Boy Scouts and their murder dinner theater. So
Film Fest, Boy Scouts, Murder Theater. So many things going on down
Dark
there.
Shadows.
Dark
Yeah.
Shadows and Goldfinger.
Yes.
I make notes. That's
That's good.
yeah, it's such a cool. I just seeing the caverns just kind of trail off, and you know that they go for miles. It's such an interesting, just unique experience down there.
Oh, the light, the shadows, not shadows of darkness, but I can see where you're playing on that. It is a unique experience. And the people that
Equipment.
work for Stradica are phenomenal. The people I've engaged with, especially down in the mine at the gift shop. And
They have
they're
a lot
always
of
there to help.
volunteers and stuff. The woman who gave us the tour last year to decide if we wanted to use the venue, she was a retired teacher and she volunteers down there and just loves it. She loved taking her kids down there when she was a teacher for field trips. So she went back and volunteered after she retired.
Oh, okay.
And she was so passionate about it. She couldn't tell us everything contractually, but she could tell us like history stuff and what, like where we could go and things like that. And it was really cool to see like how passionate she was that she's given her time to go down there and give tours. So
Class
That tells you
A
something.
facility. And then the Fox Theater. So, guys, we're over an hour on this podcast.
the only
kinda got
other thing, if
rambling.
I can mention, we
Absolutely.
just agreed to, we're still working with the contract, but the Salina Arts Center is going to have us on October 2nd.
Salina
Thursday,
Arts
October
Center.
2nd. I don't have an address, but they're easy to find. It's a 69-seat theater. So those tickets, I don't know that they're available yet, but that theater is going to fill. Without
And
a doubt.
what is going to be there?
So we'll have 2 blocks. We'll have 2 90-minute blocks. They had kind of in their head, we have freedom to do what we would like, but what they had suggested was 90 minutes of shorts, then 30-minute Q&A, grab a drink kind of thing, and then a feature length to wrap up was what they
Okay.
suggested, but they're open to us. We're still figuring out. And it'll be films from first year, second year. We're looking at the ones that the audience voted highly on, the ones the judges thought were either impactful
Winners.
or whatever it might be. So it could be it'll be a unique experience from either of the festivals. If you've been to both, it might still be different. So
Okay.
and we'll have filmmakers. I've already started talking to some of the filmmakers about coming. So that'll be just right after our year one. But new theater, new location, new friends. They came last year and loved it and asked us if we would go on tour a little bit. So we're excited to do that. It'll be our first out of Hutch screening.
That's awesome. Your
Very
growth's
excited.
been
Very
fantastic
excited
for
about
both you guys. Congratulations on the growth over the last year.
And
Thank
they're
you.
going to be wonderful to work with too. They really enjoyed the fest year one, and so I'm looking forward to getting up to Salina in October too, and
So
doing
we
more of
have
that stuff.
September 25th is the kickoff now, the added date. That's a Thursday at the Fox Theater, 7 p.m. is going to be the first block. Then we go down. What time is the
The
block in Stradica kickoff?
Stradica,
I think doors open at 5:30.
Okay, 5:30 doors open,
They
26.
have to wrap their day from their normal business.
we're going to
hours. Give
start
it a second.
early, 6:30, I think is what I had.
Okay,
You want
so-
to come early, and then we'll have snacks, drinks, merch. Like there'll be stuff that you can do, meet the other people, filmmakers, fans, and tour around. So if you come early at 5:30, you won't be bored for the whole hour. We'll have a pre-roll playing and time to mingle, and then we'll have that 30-minute intermission in between.
Okay.
You can also kind of get around and talk to people.
And that's Saturday, or excuse me, Friday,
Friday, yep.
September 26th. And then Saturday, the 27th, kick it off at 9 a.m.
That's gonna be a marathon.
The marathon, but there's some Daybreak Cafe possibly. That's what I've
Yeah.
been thinking
Oh, I
about.
love Daybreak.
Little Sage River coffee.
We need to get them to be a sponsor because I'm gonna talk them up.
We're going to pop over to Sage River, see if we can get something worked out. That's September 27th, kicking off at 9 a.m., going to go till 7, 8 at night. Easy.
Awards will be at 9.
I'm sorry. It's going to be at 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. when the awards kick off. So you're 12 hours into it.
And then we're planning an
Then last
after
year-
party.
Yeah, last year
Whoa,
we went to Salt City.
got an after
or
party.
Last year we went to Sand Hills Brewery, and now they have triple the space that they had last year. It's way bigger. So Pippin and his team were awesome last year, and they said if we have enough people, we can stay open, and they stayed open. So we're
Goodness
hoping to
gracious.
do that again.
I'm
You're
telling you, I'm
pretty
at the
tired
age
by
where I
the-
like a good nap.
By the time
so-
you get a Sand Hills Brew in you, you're pretty tired. That's what I would say.
Well, we do have rollaway beds here at the office, so not a problem.
I can crawl over here, yeah.
I've got a VRBO. So
A what?
a VRBO.
What is
Verbo.
it?
I've got a vacation home here in Hutch that
You
I'm
have a
staying
vacation home? You're in
at.
Hutch?
No. I'm staying at one.
It's like an
Oh,
Airbnb.
okay.
Yeah, like an Airbnb, a VRBO.
Well, it saves you all that driving.
Yeah, well,
I've
you
got
know.
an, I've got an
From
air
Derby.
mattress, Sherry.
Absolutely. So let's kick it off or rehash this. September 25th, Thursday, 7 p.m. at the Fox Theater, kicking off our first block. September 26th, Friday, you're going
6:30.
down in the mine, 6:30. So be there about 5:30.
I think we can go in as early as 5:30.
Yeah, show up at 5:30 or show up at 5:15.
I'll be
Just
there
be
all
there
day,
early.
so.
Don't show up at 7.
No,
They
you're
won't
not
let
getting
you
at
in.
7.
We've been through that, and they aren't budging on that. That isn't happening.
And on the Saturday, you better bring snacks because it kicks off at 9 a.m., but there'll be some coffee and donuts. Hold one for later. All the way till 9 p.m. is the final awards where we're going to give the festival movies. But are you doing the photo then too? Is
In
that-
the photo?
The photo award, is that when it's going to happen?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
that's,
that'll be that night because
Okay.
we'll take the
Yeah.
audience
So-
choices,
I
calculate
might
them up.
send a proxy because I'm a little nervous. I don't know if I can handle it. Have White just shoot me a text.
what happened. Tell me what happened.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you very much for coming in. This is our third podcast. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying it.
Yeah.
Bobby,
Thank
Sherry,
you guys
thanks for
so
your time.
much. The
Thank
NACL
you,
team's
Kendall.
been amazing, so I love it.
All right, appreciate it, guys.